Welcome to another day of the Acceleration Gauntlet. Today we're going to focus on 3 stages that you take your business through post-acquisition, and that's fireproofing your business, short-term growth, and then long-term growth. So let's talk about fireproofing first. Now I'm sure you've said or you've heard a fellow entrepreneur say the phrase, "I was just putting out a lot of fires today," and they're referring to the hard-to-predict issues that arise in their business that demand their attention or someone's attention. If anything will keep you from being an owner of the business instead of an operator of the business, it's fires that you have to constantly put out, which is why it's one of the very first things that we focus on. There are 2 types of fires that you want to prevent. Number 1 is disastrous fires, and these are the types of fires that really damage the future of the business. Some examples would be mitigating key man risk, especially those associated with the responsibilities of the seller. Mitigating key man risk, especially those associated with the responsibilities of the seller. Insurance issues, death or decline of a key lead channel, drastic industry changes, drastic technology changes, seasonality, a data breach or ransomware. Again, all of these things could be really damaging to the business. And then there are jumping coals. Now these are tiny coals, tiny fires that require your immediate attention, or else they might turn into more disastrous fires. And these are what keep you working in the business as opposed to on the business. And as owners of 20 plus businesses, we've created a playbook to deal with all of these coals. We generally call that playbook the shield, and it handles dozens of events such as an employee stealing from your business, or an employee quitting or needing to be fired, lawsuits from customers or employees, damaging public reviews from customers, inventory issues, and more. All of the above is handled by implementing the following within the first 3 to 6 months of acquiring the business. And that's hiring a general manager, creating and implementing an employee wellness program, creating procedure throughout the business, creating an org chart, job descriptions, performance reviews, and a human resources policy, implementing systems for goal setting for the leadership team, implementing meeting rhythms for all key employees, and you guys can continue reading the rest there. The next phase is short-term growth. Now, once the business is in a healthy state and is fireproofed and capable of handling additional lead generation, it's time to come up with a growth plan. With systems, procedure, and a trained GM in place, you'll be able to focus on the things that are these growth-based initiatives and not get bogged down in putting out fires. The first focus will be on the lowest hanging fruit and easiest to scale items, which you can see here. After the initial growth plan is implemented, it may be time to pursue a second acquisition. But if you and your GM have the capacity and desire, then you may want to focus on long-term growth. Any long-term growth initiatives would happen most likely 12 months after you've bought the business. And they would include things like creating a long-term vision for the company, adding new products and services, creating new products and services, enlarging the service area, expanding into B2B, etc. After you've reviewed all these materials, go ahead and click to the exercise and fill in your answers.